Hi, hello everybody. It feels so weird to still have my phone. It's been so long to have my phone. I thought I'd come on and have a little chat post jungle because I've lots of people mailing me and I really appreciate it. And thanks for being so nice and for all your lovely support. It's so nice to come out and see that. I think I was on day 13 by the time I came out, so I was absolutely ravenous and so excited to speak to my family and friends. And it's been kind of wild since. It was a super busy day, the day that I came out. They have you doing lots and lots of stuff. And then I'm laughing at the comments already. If you have anything you want to ask me about the jungle, I'll answer it now. I do have loads that came up yesterday from the question box that I'll get through as well, but I will answer these two. Gutted you're not still in there. Do you know what? I would have stayed if I hadn't been voted out, but also at the same time, you kind of get to a stage where you're like, do you know what? I feel like I've done a big chunk of it now. I'm happy to go, kind of thing. And I was desperate to talk to the kids because it was such a long time without talking to them. I've never ever gone that long without talking to them. I speak to them every day of their lives, so it was really exciting to get out and chat to them. And they were really happy, and they're with my mom and my stepdad, and they are having a lovely time. I didn't see, sorry, someone's saying their thoughts on H's and Shauna's romance. I didn't see anything to do with that, and certain things I don't like to get involved in other people's business, so I probably wouldn't see anything I won't give my thoughts on. Let me see. Okay, just a lot of things. How did I sleep? Sleep for the first while was really difficult because I was super jet lagged because the time difference over here is 10 hours, and I came over late, and then I came over the Sunday and I was going in on the Thursday morning and I hadn't really slept properly. Like, I was waking up at like 3 a.m. and just kind of getting up, so I slept really badly the first night. I think I got like 2 hours sleep, which then gets me in a fuss because I get really anxious when I don't sleep. And then I had another really bad night of sleep, which really threw me because I think I slept for like an hour that night as well, and I started getting really panicky that I wasn't going to sleep ever in there, and I just my mind goes to a weird place when I get anxious, so that wasn't great. What happened to my knee? My knee, it's so annoying, and it's so stupid, and it's completely my fault. So there's loads of bridges in the jungle that you cross, and like to get to different areas. You walk for so long in the jungle, by the way. You're like up and down like a yo-yo. I think I'm fitter now than I was before I went in. Like, I was in the gym yesterday doing weights, and I was like, oh my God, I can actually go up weights because you're doing so much stuff. My concealer's a little bit wild today, I've just noticed. But my knee, so yeah, there's all these bridges, and like you're not doing that much in there. So we were making up games, and like one of the games was, let's try and beat our time to cross the bridge, but they're quite bouncy. So I ran to cross the bridge and I fell and completely busted my knee, and it was really painful and a bit gross. So I had the medic came straight away because I was on my way to a trial, and he fixed me up, and then I went and did the trial, and it was great. But it's just a bit of an annoying cut because it's really stingy, and just, I hope it doesn't scar. One day filming, you looked really sad. Did you ever feel sad? You see, here's the thing. You're being filmed all day long. I don't know what they showed. I know I spoke to someone who's here with me now, one of my friends, and there was loads of things I was like, did they show that? And they didn't show a lot of the things that we spoke about. So like, you're filming for that long and there's that many people. So I kind of don't go around smiling all day, every day. So I was probably just like tired. Did I feel sad in there? There definitely were moments that I felt sad because it's like I think the hunger gets to you more than you think it will. You're on like 500 calories a day, and then you're doing all this like walking, and your adrenaline's up and it's down. And I think everybody kind of went like that during the day. And day 5 is when you get really upset and you cry, and it's just how everyone reacts in there. And I was like, I'll be fine on day 5. Day 5, crying. I was like to Tom, did you cry today? He was like, I did. Both of us, it's just day 5. People Cry. Will I continue watching it? Yes, but I'm not there today up at Joel's show because they work at that. Kelly will be up at Joel's show today. I'm going to greet whoever comes out when they get back to the hotel. But I'm definitely going to still watch it. It's such a great show. Ant and Dec are like, they are just so professional and just so brilliant at their job. And I wish they do a reality show, to be honest, that they're on. I definitely watch it. Okay. How long does it take to film the trials? Okay, so the trials, so every morning when you guys were choosing who did the trials, whoever was doing the trial, we don't know the time in there, by the way. So we were trying to figure out the time, and we kind of had a system when we knew that we were woken up. We thought we were woken up at 5:30, but I found out we were woken up at 6 when I got out. And then we had like an hour and a half to get ready. An hour if it was 6 we were woken up. I never believed them though. I'm like, was it 6 or was it 5:30? So we had about an hour to get ready, and then Ant and Dec will come in, they tell us who's doing the trial, and whoever was doing the trial probably left about like an hour and a half after that. And whoever left to do the trial, you could be gone like 2 or 3 hours depending how far you were going. And if it was a lot of us going, it obviously took more time. And then when whoever went to trial, if you weren't going to trials, everyone would just kind of go sleep and have a nap because we were all kind of wrecked all the time. Okay, let's see. Do you, if you could give yourself one piece of advice before going in, what would it be? I don't know if I'd give myself any advice. I think I'd just be like, just allow yourself to feel the way you feel when you feel it, because I guess you're very aware that you're being filmed. Not all the time, but like even like moments like that where someone thought I looked sad, and I kind of wasn't sad a lot in there. It's just, you're just having so much downtime. Swap lives with one of my campmates, who would it be? Nobody at all, because I am so appreciative of my friends and my family. Even like, I knew I had great friends and family and my kids and my husband, and I would never want to swap lives with anyone, because I just love all of them so much, even more since getting out, and that's why I'm desperate to get home. But I have to stay here till whoever wins comes out. How much did I miss Joanne? A lot. Joanne and I had a reunion on camera, and we were both bawling, crying like lunatics. I was like, you're like my sister. And we kind of realised that we were, we obviously were close, but we didn't know we'd miss each other that much. So it was really nice to talk to her. First thing I ate after, oh my God. So I got out and there's catering. First thing I ate was jelly beans, because I don't even like them. But when I was in the medical hut, just having my final chat before I left, they had jelly beans, so I started eating them. Then I had Cocoa Pops, then I had jam on toast, an egg, and then I got back to the hotel, I had a coffee, then I had 2 margaritas, then I had another coffee, a fizzy drink, Pepsi Max, and then a champagne, then another coffee. I lost my mind. They tell you to try and not eat too much stuff because you'll have a sick stomach, and I was like, I don't care. Like, look at that big pile of biscuits that was left for me. I still haven't gotten through them. I won't get through them. I've kind of calmed down on that whole like talking about food and thinking about food and just wanting food all the time. My knee is fine now. I have to put on scar tissue. Am I going to do the podcast from Australia? You know it. I'm doing the podcast tonight with Joanne. We're trying to figure out times. Is there a canopy above the camp? There is a canopy above the camp, but there were a couple of nights where we had to go into the Telegraph to hide from the storm, because it's like this lightning box, because there was a lot of thunder and lightning. Martin did want to do the trials, but Martin was exempt from some, and I think everybody wanted to do the trials, which was probably unusual for a year. So I think that because Martin's a bit quieter, he was kind of happy to let everybody else go ahead. Martin's sound, he's such a nice guy. He's really, really lovely. Will I watch back my episodes? I don't know. I was like full on gonna do that, and then I'm like, I might wait till Spenny's finished. He's in Antarctica now, and he has gotten through his swim, which he was really nervous about for his triathlon. He's doing it native James's Place, which is a brilliant charity, and he's on his cycle now. So maybe I'll wait to watch them back with him, but I'm going to ask production to send me the show from today. What was the worst thing I ate? The fermented fish and fish eyes was pretty horrific. And I vomited live on TV, which was quite embarrassing. But the worst thing we ate in camp, I mean, you'd think you're going to be getting this lovely food and then a possum would arrive. But that wasn't so bad, I guess. I mean, nothing was the worst. Nothing had flavour. Like, nothing. We had no salt. There was nothing like that. And it just kind of tasted like mush all the time. And like, after a while, you're just like, oh. And you're kind of just eating because you know that you're so hungry. And you have to eat. So I'm trying to look at the questions. I didn't come across the girl next door. I'm not a girl next door. So that's fine. Will I do Christmas in Howth? No, I'm not in Howth for Christmas, unfortunately. Hi, Izzy and Molly. Favourite trial that I did. I kind of loved doing the snakes because I felt like I really overcame a fear when I was doing that. But obviously I loved the what was it called? Wrecking Balls of Rage. It was so fun. Why were my eyes so swollen? Because I was really tired. I am allowed to watch My Time in the Jungle. Spenny is back. I don't know when he's going to finish his triathlon, and he's obviously in Antarctica, so I don't know how long it will take him to get back there. Hopefully at the weekend he'll be back. My knee is fine. Thank you for all your love about the knee. I would have loved to have done the cyclone. It's such a cool thing. That is right up my street. The Dunny's pretty bad, but Dunny duty isn't as bad as I thought it would be. After a while, you're kind of hoping that you'll get Dunny duty because it's the easiest job because you only do it twice a day. Whereas the water is like, it's relentless. You're constantly going down and picking it up, and you're constantly boiling it and putting it. That was the worst job, I thought. Best part about being in there was just the experience. It was so weird to walk in. The first 2 days, I was like, this doesn't feel real. It's so bizarre to be on this, and it because it essentially is a set. But yeah, it was really, really just cool to get to be a part of that show. Okay, let me look at some of these questions that I had. Behind the scenes stuff that you don't get to see. So we never know the time. You never know what time it is. You're always trying to figure it out. You never know what you're going to be doing. You never know where you're going. So you kind of get a towel put over your head so you can't see anything. You don't know which trial you're going to, which way you're walking in, which was kind of wild. A lot of people were asking about my jewellery and why I was allowed to have jewellery in camp. It wasn't that it was just me that was allowed to have jewellery in camp. Everybody was allowed to have jewellery in camp. I just chose to wear it in because I love wearing lots of jewellery. So I wore stuff that if I did lose it, it wasn't sentimental or anything like that. So I didn't really mind doing that. I did see Joanne's letter. I actually saw Joanne's letter in the car on the drive back to the hotel. It was so funny. I have met everyone's family downstairs, and I am going to see them this morning as well. Let me see what I've got here. Sorry, when people say they'll stay in touch with campmates, do they actually? I got that question. Of course you want to stay in touch. I think that we're going to have a WhatsApp group, but I always say this, like, when you've got like you've got a job and you've got all your own friends as well, and you've got a family, like, I will see them again, and I'll certainly see Tom because he's only across the bridge from me, but other people who live like up in Manchester and stuff like that, like Lisa, H, Ginge, they're not down in London that much, so we won't see them as often, I wouldn't think, but I think that we'll all definitely stay in touch. A lot of people asking about H and Shona. I kind of mind my own business, but I don't think so. I certainly didn't see anything in there. Okay, let's see. Favorite campmate, Tom. I went in with Tom, so I love Tom, and he's such a brilliant guy, and I just hope that I'd love Tom to win, to be honest with you, but I don't know how the voting is going. My kids want Ginge to win, which I find really funny, because when I came out, they were like, "Oh, we want you to win." I was like, "Well, I'm not going to win now. So who do you want to win?" And then they loved Ginge. Okay, was this harder than Bear Grylls? I think it was a lot harder for me because I didn't have kids or family when I did Bear Grylls, and so I just was able to throw myself into that a lot more, and that was like I enjoyed all the challenges of that. But I did find the jungle pretty difficult because of the hunger, the constant hunger, and yeah, the jungle was a lot harder than I thought it would be. I didn't think it was going to be as hard as that. I did lose weight. I lost 3.5 kilos, and I think I've put on 1.5 kilos since I've gone out. I never lose weight. I always stick at the same weight. So that will just show you how much we were starving for food. Who were looking after the kids while Spenny and I were away? So first 2 weeks, Spenny's parents, currently my parents, and then Auntie Gina's going to go up for a night at the weekend to see them. What time did we get dinner? We worked out that we got dinner at around 8 p.m. And so by the time you cooked it and got to bed, you were just wrecked. I didn't miss training because we did little bits and bobs of training when we were in there, and it was all kind of like a workout anyway. The water tastes absolutely disgusting because it's boiled and it's hot a lot of the time, like hot, not warm, hot. And it kind of tastes like silty and smoky. I kind of answered them. H and Ginge are really, really good friends. They know each other from home. I would have loved that. I would have loved to have had a friend from home. I'd say that was really, really nice. Let me see. Okay. What products was I allowed to bring in? Nothing. So they give you like a mini deodorant, toothpaste, a toothbrush. There's shampoo at the shower. We did have dish soap, by the way, and for washing the dishes. So we did have that. Who'd I have the best laugh at in the jungle? I think everyone separately. I think towards the end I was having a really good laugh with H. Lisa was always like bouncing around the place. Ruby's hilarious. And I'm gonna have to go soon because I'm a Celeb's gonna be on. I'm going to miss it because I can't see it because I'm not there, but I will get the link. What am I most looking forward to doing when I get home? I'm most looking forward to obviously seeing my friends and family. I can't wait. And I've worked it out that I haven't got too much work on when I get back. So it's really, really good. I am still in Australia. I have to stay here till the show finishes. So I will be going home straight after that. Who do I think is going to win I'm a Celebrity? Who I would love for Tom to have a chance because I think that he is such a really great, lovely guy. I think the likelihood is probably Ginge or H. I've answered that. Let me see. Okay. Did I steal anything for the jungle? No, I didn't. You kind of just want to leave it all behind. I'm not even going to take my boots or anything home. I never want to wear them again. Who do I think is going out tonight? I think Martin might go tonight. And I think Martin will be delighted to go. And I think Martin's wife will be delighted that he's going to go. I kind of have an order in which I think people will go. I think it will be Martin. I think then it will be Shona. Then I think it will be Lisa. Then Tom. And then I think finalists will be Ruby, H and Ginge. I haven't spoken to Spenny yet because he's still in the middle of a challenge, so I'm getting updates at the moment. He's doing the cycle. Tom and Ruby did share a toothbrush. I witnessed it with my own eyes. Let me just see. Okay. I'll finish these off now because I know you're all going to go watch I'm a Celeb anyway. You've kind of asked me loads of really good stuff. First thing I want to do now that I'm out, like I just want to go and have nice food. Did I get my vitamins in there? I did. I've no regrets about going into the jungle. I think it was a really, really fun time. I wish I probably could have stayed a little bit longer, but like I'm not annoyed that I didn't either. And yeah, I just had a really, really great time. How can I judge who's most popular from the outside? You can kind of tell by I was kind of guessing by the stories that we were telling in the BT Telegraph. And because H and Ginge were voted for a lot of trials and they have a really, really big following, so we could kind of tell from that. First thing I said that already. Who was I the tallest in there? I wasn't the tallest. Ginge is really tall and my manager was like, is H small? I was like, H isn't small. H is quite tall. So I wasn't the tallest. Martin's very tall as well. Oh, I forgot about Jack, where he would come in the order. Jack is, oh God, I really loved Jack as well. Jack is such a solid, cool guy. He will probably go out after. Jack could be close to he could be a runner up now. He could be in the semi-finals, actually, when I think about it. Any more contraband? I don't think so. The contraband felt a bit pointless to me because it was such minimal amounts of salt. But now, in fairness, I did like the lavender spray was pretty good. Favorite memory from I'm a Celeb? Like, I loved the evenings when we all kind of just sat down and we were chatting to each other. Like, it was just really nice and calm and relaxed, and you've got like 12 hours before you're going to be dragged to a trial. So I really enjoyed the evenings. Any campmates I didn't like? No. And I think that was really lucky because there's a lot of friction, and I'm sure I've heard Celeb All Stars, there was quite a bit of friction, so that's out, I think, at Easter. But there just wasn't, and I think that made the time in the jungle a lot easier because there'd be nothing worse than being stuck. It's a very small space to be stuck there, and there'd be friction, so there was no one I didn't like. I got questions about if Ireland could vote, do you think you'd still be in? You actually just can't tell. You don't know. So I think that, like, I think nobody wanted to go out first, and I think that was the big thing for everyone in camp. And once that was over, everyone was like, okay, it could be okay. Do I think Tom could win? I'd love if Tom would win because he's such a lovely guy, but I guess everyone deserves it. They've all done their time in there. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna have a coffee, and thank you all so much for all your lovely messages. I've appreciated them. And I'll see you when I get home. Bye.
It is the Vogue William sharing with us her life in the jungle and thanking everyone for the lovely supportive messages. They are massively appreciated. And in the comment section, one says, "You are amazing. Loved watching you." And I'm saying, "Congratulations, you did amazing, Vogue." And I'm saying, "You are such a superstar in the Breaking Ball Challenge." And I'm saying, we were brilliant." So what do you think about this? Love you all. Bye-bye and ciao, ciao.